According to data collected by the Journal of Space Policies, an average of 68 of Americans agreed with the statement, "I approve of America's current civilian space program." What's more, Gallup reported that 60% of Americans surveyed said that NASA was doing a good job.
Although this is true, according to Nicole Zhu and John DeBerry, over 3/4 of the seafloor is still unmapped, and over 90% of marine life still awaits discovery and classification. Good morning, my name is Hannah Bengalum.
My name is Gloriana Valladares Lima.
Hello, my name is Savannah Peterson.
Hi, I'm Emily Smirgle.
And my name is Shania Brown. That leaves the question of whether or not the government should allocate funding towards space exploration or ocean exploration. Though both explorations can positively impact society, it is impractical for the government to try to fund both simultaneously. Research concludes that the government doesn't have enough money to fund both, so the collective solution to this problem is for the government to fund one of the two expeditions.
To begin with, the societal advancements in ocean and space exploration must be considered. In former President Obama's words, space exploration has contributed to immeasurable technological advances that have improved our health and well-being. From satellite navigation to water purification, from aerospace manufacturing to medical imaging. To build on this note, this displays that space exploration could benefit a wide range of fields, not just the physical sciences. From advancing aerospace technology to improving living conditions through better methods of water purification and allowing for more detailed medical imaging.
Even so, Anna, as of today, approximately 10 to 15% of the ocean seafloor has been mapped at 100-meter resolution, as compared to 100% of our neighboring planets, Mars and Venus. Why is the ocean, which is on this planet, less explored than something that is millions of miles away? Not to mention that the ocean has already brought us so much good. Simple things like seafood and a water source, but also advanced things like medicine.
Precisely, Savannah. Carly Weiner and her fellow researchers explain that advances in technology led to new breakthroughs literally from top to bottom of the sea surface microlayer and the ocean's heat budget characterization of novel benthic ecosystems. The 2019 expeditions featured coordinated technology using an integrated framework of software, precise observations, data, and statistics to allow scientists to study the ocean in new regions and on a new spatial and temporal scale. This shows the technological advancements that will lead to the success of ocean exploration. With this new technology, the ocean is able to be explored in the most effective and timely manner with guaranteed solutions and real concrete results in proof.
While all of that may be true, Hannah, the economic effects of ocean and space exploration also show ways that government-funded space exploration would prove beneficial. At present, strong private economic actors are starting to use space commercially. This creates jobs for engineers, mechanics, and astrophysicists, in turn boosting the economy because many more people have more money to spend. Not only that, but it also affords all of these people the opportunity to a better quality of life.
To cover the budgeting aspect of exploration, the cost of both endeavors must be considered. Both space exploration and ocean exploration have a history of spending more money than they are given. Since 1987, ocean science programs have continued to peak yearly at about $15.6 million for shipping costs and $18 million for facility costs, totaling about $133 million and $180 million respectively. Though these may seem like reasons to not fund ocean exploration, space exploration is guilty of this also. A lot of the systems used for space exploration that are funded by the government are over the budget by large amounts. The Advanced Extremely High Frequency Satellite Program overshoots the budget by 118%, and the Space-Based Infrared System Satellite Program overshoots the budget by 300%.
While space exploration might have a lot to offer, ocean exploration can meet those demands. Take, for example, the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is an important driver in the U.S. blue economy. Industries such as tourism, commercial fishing, gas and oil extraction, and shipping generate trillions of dollars in revenue annually and provide millions of jobs. So not only does ocean exploration advance society as a whole, but can better an individual's life by giving them a job that wasn't there before.
Granted that, Savannah, the political implications of ocean and space exploration must be considered. Current estimates of NASA's budget as a percent of total federal budget have at about 0.5%. With the growing budget, NASA was able to continue launching manned missions in 2015. To build on this, NASA has only 0.5% of the federal budget, which doesn't seem like much, but this is actually an extensive amount of money. And while this is true, space exploration is expensive and can often go over budget. If NASA were able to get more funding, more progress would be made without going over budget.
Absolutely, Anna. Additionally, space has the potential to provide environmental benefits. Lunar soil contains large amounts of helium-3, which can be used as a long-term clean energy source. In addition, there are plenty of minerals on the moon, such as orthopyroxene, plagioclase, olivine, and clinopyroxene. This solves an issue that is often brought up of whether or not space exploration can help solve the environmental issues that Earth is facing. Funding space exploration would yield knowledge about celestial objects and also provide a source of clean energy.
Although this is true, Gloriana, the ocean also provides clean energy, but in a much closer proximity. Ocean wave energy is one of the most reliable, high-accuracy energy prediction with little energy loss because waves propagate over a long distance with higher densities of seawater in comparison to air and wind energies, and is a very attractive renewable energy source. With concerns of global warming and climate change, ocean wave energy is the most feasible solution that would help solve concerns of fossil fuels. Also, resources for ocean wave energy are extremely abundant and accessible in comparison to resources for clean space energy. With the reliability of ocean wave energy, it could be a major stepping stone in saving planet Earth.
In support of this, wave energy possesses far more power intensity than wind and solar energies combined. As you can see, it literally doubles the amount of energy available right now. With this boost of energy, resources can be cheaper, allowing for money to be spent on things like housing and food. Not only that, but energy can be cleaner and therefore better the environment as a whole.
In conclusion, there are three possible solutions. The first solution would be for the government to fund ocean exploration. However, it's expensive, it doesn't provide many economic benefits, and it's extremely time-consuming. The second solution would be for the government to fund space exploration. However, again, it is very expensive, it doesn't provide medical benefits, and it doesn't yield material results. The third solution would be for the government to fund neither. However, that completely ignores the future of humanity. It ignores potential opportunities for clean energy, and it doesn't provide economic benefits. Looking at these limitations, it is clear to see that the best solution would be for the government to fund ocean exploration, because it won't only help humanity, it will help all of us.
After all,
As Robinson once said,
The greatest danger to our planet
Is the belief that somebody else
We'll save it. Thank you.
You guys need to back up. Okay.
What questions do you have?
All right, give me 1 second if I knew how to move this clock. Stop. Clear. Okay. All right, so we'll just start over here and work our way across. So Savannah, you're up first. Savannah, give me one specific way that your thinking changed as a result of what you learned from Hannah's findings.
well, Hannah has the perspective of an environmentalist, so she learned a lot. She talked a lot about wave energy from the ocean, and that worked with my perspective because I also had ocean perspective, or from a marine biologist perspective as well. And can you repeat the question?
Sure.
I'm like rambling.
Sure. So give me one specific way you think that your thinking changed as a result of Hannah's findings.
Okay, so Hannah had wave energy from an environmentalist perspective, and I also had an ocean perspective, and that made me realize that ocean exploration was the real final solution, as we mentioned in our slides.
Okay. All right, next up. Reflecting on your colleagues' work, which one had the greatest impact on your overall understanding of the problem that you guys identified?
Well, I'd say that Savannah had the greatest impact on my opinion of what the overall findings should be for the presentation, because as I was reading her IRR, she had a lot of information on how we can have medical benefits from findings of ocean exploration, specifically from the marine life in the ocean. So that really changed my perspective because I originally thought space exploration would be the best solution.
All right, thank you. Next up. All right. How did your group decide to include Annalise's perspective into the overall presentation?
well, Annalise had the perspective of a astronaut, and adding her evidence from her IRR into her presentation, it made us realize that though we didn't end our final solution with space exploration being this what the government should fund, she had a lot of good evidence backing up space exploration, which ultimately we added to our presentation, which gave a good argument for why space exploration would be a good candidate for funding explorations.
Okay. Hannah, describe an argument from one of your peers' individual reports that makes you think differently about your team's solution that you came up with.
So ultimately, we split our group into two sides. So half of us were ocean exploration, and the other was space exploration, and Shania was our government. So her IRR helped me. Wait, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Describe an argument from one of your peers' individual reports that makes you think differently about your team's solution.
Okay, take that back. So Gloriana researched a lot about clean energy in space, and I researched a lot about the clean energy in the ocean. So using her information, we could balance out our argument and explain both sides of clean energy on space and in the ocean. So her findings helped me think differently about mine, because it showed me that space also had a good option for clean energy. However, we decided that ocean energy, which I researched, would be more impactful because it's closer and it is more accessible and more abundant.
All right, thank you. And the last question. Anna, what is a way in which your team's resolution, or I guess you guys have conclusion, whatever, resolution, makes you think differently about your own work and research you did?
Repeat the question.
Yeah. What's a way in which your team's solution, that's the word I was thinking for, your team's solution makes you think differently about the research you did?
Originally, I thought space exploration was going to be our final solution, that we should fund more space exploration instead of ocean exploration. But Savannah's work had a lot of medical benefits, and that changed my thought process on space exploration, and that we should explore ocean exploration instead because it made more sense.